Welcome back to the channel. Busy retirement with me, Georgie. This is an impromptu video. It wasn't a planned one. What happened was I was working on these shelves and I noticed, and you'll see in this photo, up here in the tops, the shelf was dropping because of the weight. And if I'm going to put more stuff in there, I'm going to have the same problem again with weight. So on the inside, I don't know if you can see, I've got brackets that attach this shelf to the wall. So this one has got, it's one in here, one in here. So there's actually two brackets holding that up. Same with the top. So that shelf is not going to go anywhere because this won't drop. So then this won't drop. But because there's nothing under here, this was dropping. And you'll see the gap in this photo that I took. I just took a photo of it rather than putting the tripod and camera in there so you can see what I'm doing, because then I won't be able to work in there. Now, the big problem I did have was my drill, to try and get it really close to put a bracket in, wasn't going to work. And I didn't want to put massive brackets in because they do stop you from putting stuff up to the top of the shelf. You'll see all of these ones are low, and when I had them in before, there was a gap. That's because this stopped it from getting in there. Now the brackets I got, just little small right angled brackets, and there's got to be something I can use to get in there. Cabinet makers, tradies, they must have something that they use for confined spaces when they've got a drill. And my search took me back to my favourite place, the big green shed, to get this. Now this is called a right angle drill adapter. Now this actually comes with a hex attachment. So I could probably attach it to my drill, but I don't know how secure it would be. So I'm actually using it in my driver because my driver is made to take hex attachments. So all I do, pull that out, pop that in, and that's it now, it's in. Now to use this, I have to hold it because as you can see, it just swings around. And if I start it moving, it's just going to do its own thing, okay? So once I start drilling, I'm going to have to hold it, but at least it's small enough now that I can get it in really close and up, up close to where I need to be. And then off I go and just drill the holes. Now this is only to drill a pilot hole. I'm not drilling a hole to screw into. When I'm drilling into something as thin as these flat packs, or basically any timber, I always do a pilot hole first to make sure that I'm not going to split the wood. All right, so I'm actually using, I charged up another old phone I had so I could sit it here so you could see what I'm actually doing up in this corner. Now, I don't know if you can see here, I've got a black pencil mark and the same up the top. And that is where I'm going to be drilling my holes. And then my bracket will fit in there. Now, to get that back up to meeting, all I used was my rubber mallet, and I wrapped a duster or dust cloth around it just for protection. And I just went in and went upward bashing until I've got it as close as I can. I can't get it any tighter. It was hurting my hand to start with, but it's better than it was. At least now I haven't got a huge gap where I can see the dowels that join them together. They've disappeared. So I'm going to do this now and show you how it works. Now you're going to have my back to you on the main camera, but you're going to be able to see it from the little camera And my voice is going a bit croaky. Excuse me a moment. Okay, let's see. This is the first time using it, so be prepared for errors. Start off slow. I'm not right in the centre of the circle. That's why I start off slow, to make sure my drill bit doesn't move. Okay. There's one done. And now to do the other one. I can't see where I am. There we go. It travels a little bit until you get it where you need it. Okay, I think that could go a little bit deeper. All right, so now I can take that off there and I can chuck the screwdriver, the Phillips head, back in to screw the screws in. Make sure it fits. Yep. And then that one. I might even have to put that head in here because it is hard to fit. So let's pop that in there, pop that in there. And that drill bit actually came with the hex head as well, or the hex shaft to fit in. So let's see, this might be better. I can get a bit closer. Beautiful. Now I never screw a screw in all the way until I've got both of them in place. Oh. Because like this, I can't, now I've got it. That's it. It got caught in the joint where the two meet and didn't want to straighten up. Beautiful. Oh, it's come through the other side. The screws are a little bit too long. I thought I'd got the shortest there were. Yeah, and that's coming up through the bottom as well. Up through the top. Okay. What I'm going to have to do, once I've done them, I can get the grinder off on my Dremel, and I can just grind that tip off. But they haven't gone through too far. It's just, I can just feel it, which is going to be a nuisance for my shelving. But that's it. That's in, and I'm going to finish the rest, and then I'll come back and show you what it looked like when it's all finished and everything back in place. Mainly because I've been out and bought more of these shelves that I had in here to complete the rest and go over into the big one as well. So it all looks neat and tidy along the bottom. Okay, I'll see you when I get back. As you can see by the photo, I've now got all 4 brackets in. I don't need to put them on the opposite sides. I think that should be enough strength to hold them up. I've only put 1 screw in each bracket. I could put another one in the other holes, but I don't know if that's really necessary. once I've got all of my containers back where they should be, I will come back and show you the finished product, although there won't be labels on the new containers. All right, so I'll be back shortly. I'm back sooner than I thought. I actually missed a step. I needed to get the Dremel out with the angle grinder bit on it to get rid of the little points of the screws that have come through here and up here. So all I've got to do is grab this, get it started. I'm not going to use it too fast. Will that fit in there? I should be wearing goggles or stand the other side so I'm not getting sparks flying at me. If this was a bigger job with the proper angle grinder, I wouldn't have been doing it. I'd have been fully protected. So just to let you know, I do understand PPE and all the rest of it and safety. But it's just a small job. But that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. That's all it took. So now get back to it, back to stacking, and I will see you soon. I've finished all the containers. I've put the labels on. I didn't laminate these ones. One, because I can't find where I've put the packet of laminate sheets. I don't know where I've done with it. It's around, got to be around here somewhere. I was using it last week. But these containers are not going to need washing. It's not like their pantry with stuff that'll get spilt. So I thought I'll get it on, finish it, put everything in. When I find the laminate sheets, I will put them in the laminate sheet drawer. So I've got it all sorted now. I have still got other things that I haven't got drawers for, namely old Avery labels, like one to a sheet if I needed to do a label to stick on an A4, even on like a magnet sheet. I've also got the ones that are, I think it's 8 to a sheet. They're quite large for shipping labels. And then I've also got the normal 14 to a sheet, the smaller address labels for on envelopes. So I'm going to just put those into a lever arch folder. I think that'll do for those. I don't use them that often. I don't even know if they'll be any good anymore, whether the sticky's any good, because I actually got those from work. And it's what, the 28th today, so in 2 days time, it's actually Sunday today, by Tuesday it will be my 9th anniversary of retirement, so the glue might not be even any good on those labels, so there's no point making a drawer for them because I may end up throwing them out. So I've still got my lawn pantry labels to do. They're sitting here. I was going to laminate those and start the pantry as well today, but until I can find where I've put the sheets, I might have to order some more and just wait for them to be delivered. And this time I'll order them through Amazon, so I won't have to wait nearly 2 weeks for them to arrive. So I'm going to call this project now quits. It's just a short one, and we'll get back to the computer and we'll do the word puzzle for you. So I'll see you back at the computer. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little project, and it's now time for our word puzzle. So this was last week's. How did you go with it? Neon light, neon light. Fairly easy. And this week's one, another one that should be fairly easy to get. See how you go with it. Pop it down in the comments. give me a thumbs up, like the video. Even if you don't like it, you can still give it a thumbs up, and that way it gets put out there a bit more on the YouTube algorithm. So I will call this a day, and hopefully I'll be able to get myself a bit more organised and get back into doing a video to go up every Wednesday night. So bear with me, I'm still sorting the house out, I'm still sorting my stepmom's stuff out, and I'm still dealing with some specialist appointments. So I will get there, and we will get back into some sort of a routine at some stage. Okay, it's now Sunday afternoon. What time is it? Oh, 3:30 in the afternoon. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you may be doing, and I will see you somewhere along the way over the next week. Okay, bye for now.